What's up, Alan?
Hey guys, it's Saturday night. It's midnight. It's 10 minutes to midnight. We're 10 minutes from close to the Handbuilt Show 2018. I'm here with my good moto nerd buddy, Alonzo Bodden. And he came back from dinner so we could do a daily. And what we're going to do is just kind of walk through and look at some bikes in the show because it's cleared out a bit and it's not so bad, and just chat about it. And so
very cool.
Let's
do this.
So,
all right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You should know that Corona and Becker are both drinking.
The camera crew is drinking. Sound lady wants to be drinking.
Yeah.
So this is going to be quick. We're going to just keep it short sentences, a lot of smiles, and we're going to wrap this up.
You know what this is?
Right here. This is NR. This is the oval piston race bike,
Carbon
right?
fiber.
Yeah.
Absolute beauty.
Back before this was common, which is cool.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
What,
so this
what
is early 80s.
Yeah,
this is early 80s.
What year was it? It was 1992 was the year this one made.
Oh, 92?
This is 92. This is 92.
Oh, okay.
They developed this bike in the 80s. So
yeah,
they
developed
it
in
right?
the 80s.
But you've got Ferrari, like looking.
Now I didn't know that they made this as a street bike.
Yeah,
I thought it was only racing.
No, it was a street bike. Limited edition, obviously.
Right. So this has to be. This is above an RC30 as far as rare.
Absolutely.
Unobtainium.
I think it's like 100. I think it's less than that. Yeah.
This would be above an RC30 in the unobtainium scale.
He submitted this bike, and I think most people would see this and think, man, it's just a Honda with a fairing, but it is certainly not. This is an absolute exotic motorcycle made for production.
Well, just the giveaway, the carbon fiber. To the fairing. That you're like, wait a minute, that's not cheap.
No,
that's not cheap.
Not even remotely close to cheap.
Yeah,
especially in the 90s.
Right.
Carbon fiber's come a long way since then.
Back in the 90s, carbon fiber was amazing.
Was still.
But still, the way this is built is absolutely beautiful.
So the guy who owns this bike, after I photographed it, he brought it in on Thursday, has this, I've never seen this tiny little a polisher, a battery-powered polisher with a wheel on it that big, and he was polishing the clear coat, and I was amazed.
When I had my car show, we had a guy with an NSX, the original NSX.
Of course.
So it was 101 cars you must drive. So we'd borrow cars from people. We were up on Mulholland Drive, if you're familiar with that in LA.
Yeah.
He didn't want us to park it off the road because he would get dirt on the tires. And we were like, thank you, we're going to find another one.
Yeah, we're not going to drive this one.
Yeah, we're not going to, if you're worried about dust on the tires,
Mulholland's not clean. Never clean.
But tires get dust on them.
Yeah, they do. I actually happen to feel that all motorcycles need to just be ridden.
I'm like
that's
that.
precious.
I don't have anything that is garage queen. I like to have stuff I could ride. And I had a Honda Rune.
Really?
And the
I
reason
remember those. Yeah,
I got rid of it because it was too much chrome to polish. I was like, I can't work this hard keeping a bike clean.
So you have, it's not just this, not just the Mr. Clean. You're fastidious about everything.
I try to keep my stuff clean, but I'm not spending 3 hours polishing the front end of a Honda Rune.
No, I don't think
so.
So yeah, it's an intricate, beautiful bike.
I have a BMW GS. It's a 2015. And it's been washed at least 3 times. So it's got that. Yeah.
So I have a 1990 BMW GS Pre-Dakar.
Yeah.
Red and white one. It's actually outside. I don't know if you saw it. Yeah. And I've never washed it, and I've had it for 6 years.
That's the way.
I lend it out all the time. You are not allowed to wash that.
Yeah.
If you wash my bike, I will murder you.
GS's take to that.
They do.
They
go well with
that. That's the thing.
So what have you seen here that you like the best?
Okay, no, let's go this way.
All right, I'm with you.
I got to show you. The Grom. I'm a
fan.
Grom
Dude, I forget. I need a photo of you on the Grom.
Oh,
dude.
man, are you kidding? I love Groms. I love Groms.
How big a boy are you?
6'3", 260.
260, you're at a Grom.
I love my Grom. So I've already messaged him on Instagram telling him how much I love this
You think
Grom.
he'll be all right with you sitting on it?
I don't know. No, I respect his bike. I won't sit on his bike. But these things are just... They're so much fun. You've ridden them.
Yeah, totally.
They're just so much fun to ride.
It brings back a lot of memories where, you know what I mean? Like where a small, nimble bike means something. My daily rider now is a KTM 690 Enduro. Right. Yeah. So it's back to my roots. I feel like I'm on something super lightweight and super fun.
Well,
but I've ridden one. I don't have one.
Yeah. I love how crazy guys are getting with them. So I don't know if you're familiar with the Steady Garage guys.
No.
They're out in LA, and they started with the Ruckuses, and now they do Groms.
Okay.
And they just built a Honda 300 motor kit for the Grom. So you can
Just
take
the top
the
end?
engine, you can take the engine out of the whole engine.
The
You
whole
take
motor,
the engine out of the
replacement, really?
300 and throw it in a Grom.
So what is the power on the base engine?
The base Grom makes well over 9 horsepower.
Oh man, damn near
And
double
then-
digits.
Yeah, well, no,
Yeah.
with I got my Brock air cleaner kit and my Brock exhaust, and they tell me, now I haven't been on a dyno, but they tell me I'm pushing 11 horsepower now. And
Damn.
it's crazy.
Is that a lawnmower dyno?
Yeah, well.
Yeah. This is the right lawnmower dyno?
I also put in the sprocket, I re-geared it. So now with my fat ass on it, my Grom will do 60. So
you're gonna do a 300 conversion?
No.
You don't
But
need
I
to do
just
that.
I like this extended swing arm.
Yeah.
And the lack of subframe. I like that.
I even like the paint.
The paint's great.
We need it.
What's funny about Groms and little bikes like this is how much work and money people put in them.
Yeah.
So you take a $3,000 bike and then you put $5,000-$6,000 worth of work into it, but it's worth it.
Dude, what I love is about everything that's here. I mean, there's 140 motorcycles in it. We could spend a couple hours. Is the guy who has this bike loves it just as much as that land speed bike
Right. Yeah, exactly.
up front that set world records.
Or the guy with the Honda, right?
Yeah, or the guy with the Honda. That's a
Honda.
factory bike.
Yeah.
Loves it just as much and gives
Yeah.
it the same care. Dude, have you seen this Yamaha?
Yeah.
Yeah, you already checked it out. You know what I like about this? It looks like it was just supposed to be that way.
Yeah.
Like Yamaha made this with a turbo, which of course they did make a version with the turbo, but not this bike.
Right, and there's a few turbo bikes here, so that's like a
the
thing,
CBX
right?
turbo.
Because you got a CBX turbo,
So a
there's
couple
a
Triumph turbos.
Z1000
Yeah, a
over there.
Z1000 turbo. So, all right, take me to what you like.
This looks very factory.
It looks
I just
great.
saw something.
Is it the Ducati?
This.
Oh, that. Man, if he were here, he could show you. So he hits a button on this thing, and this pivot point gives you a long wheelbase.
Oh, it extends?
And the reason it's here is he submitted it, but I saw videos of it functioning on the internet, and it becomes this big long cruiser thing, and then he shortens it up. He had to shorten it because it wouldn't fit on this box, obviously. Right. I got video of it running the other day, but I think it's...
So it's brilliant engineering. It looks clean, and and it's rideable.
I'm wondering if Metabo is sponsoring. We haven't really talked much.
Yeah.
You know, they're the measurement guys, right? So
okay.
mics and machining measurement tools.
But that's very cool.
All right.
Yeah, I like that.
I agree with you on that. I love that.
I like that.
That one fits you better than the Grom, I gotta say.
Like the colors right here.
On this?
Yeah.
Dude, that's the wildest paint here.
The colors are insane. Yeah, the colors are insane. I don't know if I'm fully a fan of the yellow headlights, but other than that.
See, I'm not a giant fan of the colors, but I'm a giant fan of a polished two-stroke motor. With that, I mean, look at those expansion pipes.
Yeah, with the expansion chambers.
Jeez, that's amazing. Like, we haven't had a chance to talk. I haven't talked to hardly anybody yet, but man.
No, it's beautiful.
I want to know who did all that. And I'm guessing this is a factory tank, if not from this bike, one like it, with a tail that actually kind of fits the proportions.
Yeah.
But the work on that motor, I bet this thing's a blast to ride. Anyway, you want to see that Ducati?
Yes, let's see that.
This one over here, I think is what you were talking about. Maybe you said there was a...
He said it was they told me it was a multistrada.
A multistrada?
Yeah, they said it was a...
Because this is not a multistrada. But...
Or is it?
Well, I mean, it's a double-sided swing arm.
Yeah.
So that's why I couldn't understand.
They said it was a single-sided with a spoke wheel. I don't know.
There's only 140 bikes here. We can find it eventually, right?
Yeah.
But this thing, what I like about it, I mean, it's actually set up to ride. Yeah. It's not just some stiff, tall motorcycle. It's a good buddy of mine, Alex Earl.
This looks so much like a tricycle.
This thing? I love it though.
It's weird, but it's cool.
The practical part of me is like, can you imagine how dirty you'd get with no fenders at all?
But it actually looks like a tricycle.
It looks fun. I kind of want to ride it. I got to admit, I really want to ride that thing. I don't know if I'd be any good on it. I'd probably kill myself in a hurry.
Let's see, what else do we have? It's hard to pick because there's so much stuff here.
It's kind of the idea.
I'll tell you this. I don't surf, but I'd ride that.
We built that.
Just because.
That's a revival bike.
This is one of yours?
Yeah, this is one of ours.
Yeah, I'm not a surfer, but this would be a bike to ride.
So this is Janelle. She's now a friend, but she just came in with a bike, a factory Harley, that she wanted us to build. And she loved the idea that we could do all our own leather work, and we could do, like, we built these bags. It's all made in-house.
How long does it take you to do a build like this? When she shows up with this Harley, does she have any idea of what she wants, or
she
you
totally
just...
did. She's one of those clients that's kind of a dream client, because not only does she have an idea of what she wants, she's completely wanting our input on how that's done. The truth is, of the bikes that we've built, I had very little input into this. This was done by Chris Auerbach, who's an engineer on our staff.
Okay.
Right, and he is a gifted engineer who kind of took the role of designer. I had some input into this and some of the leather work, but the truth is, man, this is the one that I'm the proudest of because I had the least to do with it.
Very cool.
I think it's really cool. The way they tried to weather this raw steel, and it's been coated now.
Yeah.
So it won't just surface rust any longer.
Stay that way.
She wanted this look, and obviously the surfboard was custom made to go with the bike.
Yeah.
And I actually can't remember the whole story.
Now, where do you surf in Austin?
We have a surf park.
Where?
We have one of those artificial.
Oh, they make the waves.
The best waves you've ever seen.
Excellent. All
right.
just
by Coda, in fact.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it's hard. So this is one of our bikes. So this is all this stuff's made. This is another good guy that's become a friend.
The bags are very cool.
This is the only custom Guzzi Breva I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because it's not normally a bike done for that reason.
No.
But he's a very, very great guy.
But Guzzi people love their Guzzis.
Love their Guzzis.
It's a thing.
What he said was, I want to ride this bike a lot. I want to tour on this bike. I want to have a custom touring bike. And we worked together I had a lot more input in this, to pick the colors, to pick the design of the bags and the way they roll top, to even pick the finishes on the paint and how this is done. This is really my first time to get close to this bike. We finished it on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I think it turned out.
Nice.
I questioned the aluminum covers with the holes that Andy went into, but I think they look good now that it's together.
Work.
Dude, this right here, Alonzo, who has a cooler luggage rack than that? Custom made out of stainless. It's just stainless.
Oh, stainless?
It has to be stainless.
Okay.
Really, for the strength and the welding we wanted out of it. But yeah, super cool. Anyway.
Very cool.
Turbo. Who else has a turbo bathtub Triumph? Right? It's completely ridiculous, and I love it. I want to see that thing going down the salt flats.
Why'd you turbo it? Just because?
Because I could, damn it. Because I could. And this thing, that's a world record holding bike. Piece of art.
So you're kneeling here, braced there.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I was trying to figure out earlier. I said, you got to be kneeling down here, braced against this.
Yeah, it's the only way to do it. Supercharged. Big supercharger on the side of it. Completely open headers.
I had a supercharged Fat Boy for weeks.
That was it? That was all you could do?
No, you know what it was? We started building it. I got it, the old supercharged Fat Boy. I said, let's put a fat tire kit on the back to make the bike wide to fit. Then it was like, well, we got to paint the fender. We might as well paint the bike. Well, now that we painted the bike, we need to polish the engine to match the wheel. You know how it goes,
dude,
right?
Scope creep.
So by the time the whole thing was done, 6 months later, I rode it and I was like, nah, not right now. Sell it.
It was fun, thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was like, sell it. Nah.
You got the disease, dude. I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah, I do.
All right,
so this is what's coming. I can't wait to finish mine.
Your CBX.
I am in process of building a CBX, and I'm shooting for being at the show next year. But I'll always love the CBX. You know why? Because when I was a kid, right, in the 70s, this was the one that got away. This was the bike that I never got. I had a CB900, I had a Interceptor, I had, a CBR 600.
Right.
I had all of that stuff, and I never had a CBX. And I know it wasn't the fastest, but it was the Magnificent Six.
Dude, that's 6.
It was the Magnificent
I gotta say,
6.
this fits you better than a Grom.
Yes,
Just saying.
this will work a bit
Especially
better.
you add a turbo to it like this one. I really want to show you.
Have you ridden this?
No. This is not my bike.
Oh,
This is not my- the Honda CBX that we built. Have you seen that?
Yeah, you
we
showed me
talked
that.
about- Yeah. That I've ridden, but this is a whole
A
other
friend
thing.
of mine who does like Z1Rs and CBXs and all of that, he
Yeah.
said, as soon as you put a turbo on your bike, you stop riding.
Yeah, because it's just too much.
Yeah, he said it's not fun anymore. So
Because you're scared of that boost at all
right.
times,
It's
right?
because these bikes weren't. This
No.
bike wasn't made for the engine it had.
No.
Forget about a turbo. Just the stock engine it had would have the frame flexing and the brakes.
Yeah.
You ever try to stop with 70s brakes?
Yeah, with a 600-pound motorcycle.
Yeah.
600.
70s brakes are like great. You're
What I like about this though is he's upgraded it, right?
Oh yeah,
Like,
that
you've
was
got
the
inverted
that was the
forks.
plan with mine. You got to do it.
Yeah.
With the CBX, you have to put on a modern suspension so that you can put on modern rubber. And he went single-sided,
That's what I'm saying. We got a single-sided swing arm.
but I'm going single-sided fat tire.
This thing that looks fat to me. You don't think that's
I'm
fat
going
enough?
240.
Yeah,
I'm
forget
going
that. The oval
240,
rear end,
yeah.
right?
But this is all Ducati. This is Ducati.
Yeah, that's right. 996,
Yeah, this is all,
997.
he did Ducati stuff on this.
No, 998. Sorry, 998.
Well done.
I was thinking Porsche for a minute. We're giving this thing away.
I'll take it.
You got to sign up for it, Alonzo.
Just taking up.
This
It's
isn't
just
a
taking
ridic-
up space. We're
it's
just
just
going to
in
give it
the-
away.
It's just in the way. All right, this is our most recent. Well, we just released 3 bikes all in the same week. That's the factory bike.
Right.
That's what we ended up with.
Wow.
230 horsepower. This tire wear you see was at Coda.
Nice.
Yeah, we just had it out there a few months ago.
So you're still doing track days?
Hell yeah, man! It's
All right, man.
It's too much fun.
Well, I admire you, sir.
It's what you won't do it. You're not into
It's not
it?
that I won't. I don't really have a sport bike anymore, and I
Okay.
don't necessarily have the desire to get one to do track days. I've gotten into the touring, man. The touring is meditative for me.
I'm still into the touring, but I gotta tell you, 10 laps on a bike with the level of technology, the clutchless shifting, the rev matching.
Yeah.
It will change suspension settings in mid-corner at full lean.
Oh,
per
listen,
what you're doing, right? It
I have
feels-
no doubt.
That's what I did with Leno,
yeah.
right? Did
Yeah.
you see the segment we did with Leno?
Yeah.
Where we did it on the Suzuki GSXRs with that level of technology.
And you see what he does with me? Did you see where he?
Yes,
where
dude, he took you on Urals.
I'm on a Ural on a motocross track. Yeah. What's that about, Jay?
Jay,
What's that about, Jay?
Leno
He
gives
gets
you-
to do track days, and I'm on a Ural on a motocross
I watched
track.
that segment and I
Yeah.
thought it was so good.
Yeah.
Because he almost crashed.
Yeah, he
With
did.
you in the
And
sidecar.
And did you hear what I said to him?
What?
Fishburne never has to do this stuff.
Why does Fishburne get all the good
Yeah,
guys?
just because he's a movie star. I got 6 good jokes.
Yeah, you're a lowly comedian. Just like Jay.
No, it is fun with Jay because I never know what he's going to throw me on or what
really?
he's going to put me in,
just
but
show
it's
up?
always fun. Yeah, it's always fun. He's like, yeah, just come down. We got something. But the Urals on the motocross track was fun.
Did you do the game show thing recently?
No, I was out of town. They asked me to do
I did it.
I wish I could
I
have.
did it. It was great. I flew out and did it.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Could there anything?
This one's very cool.
What a great place to put the Olean's booth.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that was no accident,
Yeah, I
right?
know.
He's got
Actually,
an Olean
the truth
stamper,
was, this
Olean's
thing,
fork.
the stand that it came with,
Yeah.
it's the first bike that's ever been damaged at the Handbuilt Show. It fell over and broke its peg mount
Uh-oh.
because the stand wasn't very good. We got it worked out now. It's okay.
Cool.
It was a replaceable part. It was fine. Anyway, what else? Anything else you want to see? I
let's
didn't see
see.
the multi-strata you're talking about, dude.
Well,
Right, by the way,
they
there's
just
another
told me about. I
turbo.
love this bike.
We just
I love
walked
this
right by
bike
another
because
turbo.
I remember, like in New York, back in the '70s, this is what they were street racing.
Yeah, hell
They
yeah.
had
yeah.
KZ, but the fact that it has the stretch swing arm and the fat,
big
tire,
fat tire.
so it's like the new street racer
With the old
meets
one.
the old street racer.
Wasn't there a movie about that guy who was drag racing? There's a movie out on Amazon where the guy was drag racing his dad's KZ1000. Wait, no, we know him. It's Gadsden. What is
Ricky
his name?
Gadsden.
Yeah, Ricky Gadsden. Yeah, it's
Ricky
Ricky.
Ricky learned to race street racing his dad's
bike.
and then
yeah.
then Kawasaki signed him.
Yeah.
And he is, I was at a race with Ricky. It was the Lucas Drags.
Yeah.
And it was the funniest thing. So he and I are talking, just like you and me are
Yeah.
talking. And he's like, hey, do me a favor, grab my helmet, right? So I grab his helmet. And you know, drag racing is pretty casual, right?
Yeah.
So he rolls his bike over to the track, He throws his helmet on, you know, does a couple of burnouts, lays down like a 7.6, like top qualifying, and then. So anyway, what we were talking about, and I was like, is it
Never even raised his pulse.
Is it that easy? Because you know how demoralizing that is for everyone else when it was that easy for him. Like listen, I need 10 seconds. I'll be right back. Let me get on,
10
burn
seconds
out,
longer.
do 7.6. Okay, so anyway, yeah.
He comes back. He's on the bike in those 10 seconds, and he's thinking about what he was going to say next to you in the conversation.
It was the most amazing thing. But we were
relaxed.
We were talking about this at dinner. Whenever you're around a professional, right? Whenever you're around someone who's the best at what they do, the gap between them and the average person is unbelievable.
Significant.
You know, just like you were talking about track days, right? Because we were saying, like, you do a track day, but then you get with a professional racer and put him on the track, and you're like, and you look at your time and his time, you're like, oh, I could go faster through that corner, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm breaking it 60% of what this bike will do.
Yeah.
I was talking to Nate Kern, who is the BMW official, and I was like, yeah, I'm breaking it 60%. And he goes, you just need to ride on the back of the bike with me. They have a bike with a handle on it.
Oh, man.
And he goes, once I show you what it'll do, I was like, but I have trust issues. He goes, we'll go out. I'll go easy. If you get scared, you can tap out.
I did that with Freddie Spencer, because I
really?
did Freddie's school, and he takes you 2 up on a VFR. And you do a lap and you realize, because his whole thing when he had his school was, it's not the bike.
Yeah.
Because, you know, everybody's like, oh, I got to have the latest, greatest sport bike, and this. He was like, it's not the bike. And then, you know, it was like, yeah, but you're Freddie Spencer. But you know what? He's not funny at all. I'm so much funnier than Freddie Spencer. I don't even try, and I'm funnier than Freddie Spencer. So he's got that whole world champion thing, and the only guy to ever win both championships at the same time. But he's never been on the Tonight Show.
That's right.
What?
Has he ever been on the Tonight Show?
Never.
Has he been in a Ural with Jay Leno?
Hell no. Wouldn't know what to do.
Jay Leno wouldn't
He'd be trying to race a Ural. You got to know with a Ural, you aim for 40 miles an hour downhill with a tailwind and hope nothing falls off of it. That's
38 miles per hour all day long.
Whether I need to or not. What's great is you put them in 2-wheel drive, they don't
go
turn.
off anything. Oh, really? Because
there's no differential.
Oh.
They haven't figured out that technology
it wants
yet.
To push you straight
so you
through,
just turn the bars. It's like, no, I'm going straight. Yeah,
if you
want to
go up the hills,
thing.
it's in 2-wheel drive.
It works though. It was a fun bike.
It's funny when you said that about Leno, or you said about people that are good. Whenever I do anything with Leno on camera, I'm always like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be done. That's what it looks like when I'm relaxed and I don't give a shit. And you know what I'm talking about. I say there's Uncle Jay and then there's Leno.
Yeah.
And when they say action, it becomes Leno. And I'm like, oh. And it's like he doesn't recognize me anymore.
Right.
It's a whole nother deal. And then as soon as the camera's over, we go back to talking.
Yeah.
Like Gadsden.
It's what we do.
I think he was here, by the way, yesterday.
Oh, was he?
I swear I thought I saw him.
He might have been.
But there's been a whole lot of faces in the crowd. Well, dude, thanks for coming. Again,
Thank you, Alan.
thanks again.
Again, the show is awesome, and I look forward to having a bike here. That is my goal, to get my CBX
next year.
Here.
It will be here.
It's going to be fantastic. We still got to figure out the color. I'm thinking about going bare metal, like yours, back there with just raw steel. But
I mean, I don't normally say this, but I'm pretty good at colors. If you want any help.
All right. No, I appreciate that.
I'm kind of known for that bit.
Now I know it's going to be hard for you to beat the pink and green of the
that
original
it currently
Hulk.
is the Hulk bike.
It's that color combination is going to be hard to beat. But
we can fix it. That green fender. Have you seen this Instagram? Your bike sucks. You should submit it now. You should submit it now so that he puts it up.
I do have Ugliest in Show, which it won a trophy. So I still have that trophy.
You should bring it to the Quail and just enter that into the Quail.
As is.
Are you going to be there in a couple weeks?
No. I thought I was. There's an outside chance, but I'm on the road. I'm banging the road so much. I gotta go home.
You gotta grind it out.
Stop home somewhere. But
I think I identify with a few comedians I know because they're grinders just like me.
Yeah, but you love what you do.
I do.
And I tell people, like, all the other stuff I deal with because I love it on stage. So if you got to deal with this, and just like you, like, this is what you love, right? So when you're in the shop late at night grinding and doing whatever, or drinking while you're working.
Or drinking while you're holding the camera.
Yeah, or either way.
Don't do the Shiner Bach commercial. They didn't pay for this message. No, and there's no endorsement. We can't get him to sign that.
I just said drinking. I just said drinking. I didn't say what. I didn't say what. Healthy, water.
Dude, thanks. Tomorrow, in the workshop. I can't wait to show you.
Okay, yeah. We'll get all the info.
We'll be there at 7 tomorrow.
Okay.
All right.
That'll be a good spot.
I'll text you later the address.
Yeah, text me where to be, and I'll be there.
Guys, like, follow, comment, subscribe. Tell us to fuck off. Love you, mean it. Bye.
Fantastic. I had a great time. The revival, dude. The Handbuilt Show. Oh, somebody said this to me tonight. This is my favorite. Oh, you went to a Handbuilt show? I was like, is there more than one? It was like, no, it's the Handbuilt. You went to a Handbuilt show? Yeah, there's 5 of them. So I went to the one they have here.
The one that's in Austin, Texas. MotoGP weekend, once a year.
Yes,
This is the 5th. I actually like the way the logo ended up, but it's the 5.
That's very
Next
cool.
year, we're just going to add one more.
Add one more finger.
You'd be like,
Make it weird.
make it weird. Thanks again, dude. Yeah, exactly. All right, thanks, dude.
All right, my pleasure. My pleasure.